welcome back to the farm. Today we've been working on my drain tile project. I got like 22 tons of stone delivered, and I've been digging some ditches, putting in the drain tile pipe. Got part of it done. We're still working on it. I got to take the rental machine back. But as you can see, I hope you can see through there, I've got a center ditch running down through the middle. I'm going to put the pipe in there. Then I'm going to just put gravel on top of it, no dirt. So it'll just be the pipe and gravel. So part of it over here, one of the things that I done is I found my water line that I wasn't quite sure where it was. I knew where it was up there next to the house. And I knew it run down this way towards the goat pen where we have another cattle watering system. But the problem was that was all here when we bought the property. So knowing exactly where the water lines were, I had no idea. So originally I wanted water down here. That was the plan. That was the plan all along. I was going to get a trencher, mainly because it's not such a wide ditch, and I was going to tie into it where the water pipe is up there, mainly because I just didn't want to dig around trying to find it. Well, blessing, when I was digging this ditch for the French drain right there on that corner right there, I found it. So we dug it up. So since I had it there, since I had to repair it anyway, where I busted it with the little mini X, I've run the pipe through here, so where I tied into it right there. So I've brought it through this way. I'm gonna bring it into the barn, and I'm gonna put it right there beside that column, and I'll have a yard hydrant inside the barn, which was the plan all along. We're just doing it kind of with this project as well. So one of the other thing, you saw me on the mini X. So I also dug a trench down beside here, so it's going to be a French drain to catch the runoff from the shed. And then I also dug a ditch line. It's going to be gravel, and then the rest of this will be gravel. So any other water coming off, I know it's hard to see, but it's in grade in the water. This is downhill. So hopefully that'll solve some of the water issues that we have inside of the shed. It wasn't that bad. It's just most of it was coming off the shed. The problem was it was coming off, and then this was flat, and then it was seeping back into the barn, and this old red clay, it wasn't going anywhere. So I just want to have a place to where I can move it along. So that was kind of what we're doing today. One of the things that this ground was like concrete. Even though we've had some water, digging by hand, it just wouldn't have happened. And I didn't do a trencher, mainly because I wanted a wider pipe, a wider ditch, to be able to have more gravel to let that water kind of go into, and just kind of be able to kind of move down where I want it to go. So the water is going to hit the pipes, hit this French drain ditch, and then go off and down through there, down that natural valley that I got. But one of the tools that we used was a mini X. Now I rented this unit. We don't own this. This is a local rental company, and this is a Caterpillar 3017. Kind of get a little bit of a view of it right there, and there you go right there. And that right there is the ticket. You know, when you got a lot of, this one's a smaller one. Actually, I wish it was a little bit smaller. One of the things that I didn't get to do was go down my sides, mainly because the roll cage was too high. So I think with having it on the outside, I'll be good, and then the main one going down the middle, I'll be good. So if I need to add more, I can, and I'll just have to do it with the trencher. But this little mini X was the key. And you may say, well, I've never run a mini X. And I don't necessarily know how to do that. That's too complicated. So here's my suggestion. I'm not an excavator operator by no means. I've run one before, so I'm kind of used to it, but it's been a long time since I run one. So one of the things that I done so I had several places I had to dig. One was right along the edge of my barn. So that's where, you can get dangerous. You move the wrong way, that excavator bucket's going to go up in your barn. So I started out here. All right. It kind of got me back used to the controls. All right. It didn't matter out here in the open. It doesn't really matter if I move the wrong way a little bit or if I'm jerking with it because I'm trying to get back used to it. So if you've got a place that you need to do some excavator work and you've got time, start out in a wide open space and just use it. You're not going to be as fast as somebody that operates one of these on a daily basis, and I wasn't either. But this right here can save you a whole lot of time, a whole lot of energy, and make your project right. I'm gonna rent this thing again. I may actually rent the bigger one to do some stuff down in the woods. This one's a little small for that. But this thing right here also, if you've got some brush to move, it's got a thumb on it, this right here. It's a hydraulic operated thumb, and everything's operated by the joystick. So, look into renting equipment, whatever it may be, not just a trencher. Get these little mini X's, or a little small backhoe. I like the mini X because I can move it around in the tighter places than a backhoe. But look at different equipment you got. So, and don't be scared to operate it. Go out in the field, get used to it, and then get next to your houses or stuff that you don't really want to, if you got to be real precise. And you don't have to be fast with it. Just be slow. Well, welcome back. Well, we are done with the drain tile project. I wasn't able to get any video of me actually filling the ditch up. Main reason is I done it last night. This is the next day. It's actually beginning of the week, but I wanted to kind of finish the video out. Here's some of the projects. Still got some more to gravel to spread out. So down the middle of the barn right there, I put drain tile pipe in, and then kind of walk right here in the sun, afternoon. So I've got a drain tile pipe that runs right through there at an angle, and then over here on the drip edge of the barn, you can kind of see going down through there is also a drain tile pipe that goes off the hill, and then the one that goes around the Kubota tractor right there, it goes around, it goes down the ditch as well. So I still got some more gravel I got to put down. That 22 tons of gravel went pretty quickly. I've still got to spread out the gravel in the barn here, but I am to a point where I am going to go get my wood to start making my stalls out. I'm gonna finish the fence project first, but at least now, like I said, it may be show in another video, 5 foot on centers. I can have some 5 foot stalls, 10 foot stalls on both sides, and then the center right here, sun's gonna kind of mess you up. The center right through here is just gonna be kind of a corral area, you know, just kind of a catch-all. I was able to get, you can see right there in the corner right there, because that stall right there will be the office, or not an office, will be kind of the main area where we have like a tack room, or you know, just where we keep supplies. I'll block it off, and that's where the electrical panel will be. Just be a small electric panel, it won't be a big one. Mainly just to have probably a couple of receptacles in here and some lights, so that way we can work if we ever do have, because the plan is it's going to be kind of my main goat area. So if we do have a kid goat that's not well, born early, whatever it may be, not doing well in the winter time, you know, if I do need some type of heat lamp or something like that, then we can use it. So I have a few receptacles and some lighting out here. So that's the plan, but the fence project is we're gonna switch over to that. The main reason I wanted to get this done, you know, we're kind of having a dry spell right now, but we're expecting some more rain coming, and I wanted to stop the water from just sitting in here. It was starting to sour. You know, I still got some issues. Didn't have enough gravel to do the whole shed, so I'm gonna have to get another load of gravel to kind of make it even. I still got to spread this out. It's kind of got piles. Put it in with the tractor, and I've also have got to do the two sides. So I'm gonna put a little bit in there, and the tack room or the storage room, I may do concrete at some point. So that's kind of where we're at, but we did finish that up. You know, that was part of the deal when we had to build this pad for it. I didn't realize how much I was gonna have to bring up the lower end, so that created kind of a big drop off right here. It was hard to tell on the camera, so it kind of messed up some of my working area that I was going to do. So I've got to redesign. Part of this also, this corral area, is going to be I want to incorporate my working pen in here somewhere to where I can work my cows, have a head gate built, and so this just be kind of the main area where I can kind of just quarantine animals and keep them up, but also it would be my yearling goats area as well. So I got to redesign that a little bit. So because we had to build up so much. So that's kind of where we're at. Had kind of a long week, like I say. Didn't get any footage of me doing the gravel. It was late. This week is extremely hot. When I get home from work, it's still 90 degrees. Tomorrow is supposed to be heat index close to 100, and as well as the rest of the week. So I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I'm still actually waiting on my fence. I ordered another pallet and it still hasn't come in yet. So I may go get the wood, or but I wanted to get the fence before I got the wood, because that's a whole lot of wood to take off a trailer, and I wanted that just kind of be the last thing I done. That way I could just kind of take the wood off as I needed it and leave it on the trailer. So I guess if I needed a trailer, I could borrow a friend of ours. So that's kind of where we're at. Was a good week. Got a lot done. This was a big project. Rented the Mini X. You saw that, and just have a few other things. I'm actually going to look to see if I can rent a post driver, because the ground has done got so hard, lack of rain, and I really need to drive some more wooden posts. I found that out, if you saw in the fence video. Even though high tensile, you can run longer spans. There's a few places where I used the existing post. I think they're too long. So I'm gonna drive T-post in, because I can do that and not really mess up the fence. I'm scared if I got a post driver or got an auger in there, I'd tear up something. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So anyway, stay tuned for more videos of us on the farm, making mistakes, learning. Anybody can, that's how you learn. I read a thing, before that, that's how people learn how to do things, is just trying it one time. I do watch stuff and try to get a gist of it, but just like with this fence line that I run right here, all the way to that barn down there, I made a mistake, and when I run it on this end up here, and I didn't realize it, and I really didn't pay attention to it until I pulled that fence tight, got it as straight, as straight. When it showed the true straightness, I realized I goofed up, but it was too late at that point. So I'm gonna deal with that goof up and try not to do that goof up when I run all of that all the way down that line, all the way down this line, back around the corner, and back around that barn right there. So I've got a lot more area to do to learn, and after I get through, I'll feel like I'm a better person to actually help somebody else do it. So right now you're just gonna watch me goof up. So anyway, but that's kind of where we're ending. Stay tuned for more, and I hope you like the content. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you at the next video.